I age so fine, I'm green like fine tea. My mama raised me right, I choose my business wisely. I be in the cut thinking like, will I let it kill me or let it guide me? I mean, I thought good grades would make me happy, but they didn't. I mean, people look at me and think I'm finished. Hate this back and forth. I think it's tennis. I mean, we can go to the dentist because we can get to the root of all of these problems. I stay in pursuit. I stay on the run. I stay on the go, and I swear you can parry. I swear you can dodge, but I swear I will swing till y'all niggas is done because your mirror isn't my mirror. Your censor of the world might be on the curvature of my earth. My worth isn't your worth. If you're rotted and eroding, don't assume my glow is extra or fake or too much. You must not wipe your eyes often. Your vision is frayed. While my perspective and spectrum grows by the day, your tunnel vision shows no interest towards me because I'm not the depiction of what you've painted, tainted by trauma, drama flowered by the past, passed down like notes. Nodes are strained from screaming the same stories for ages. You hide behind this mirror, the two-way, so I cannot see. But once the glass is shattered, I know you will hide from me. Whilst I pay you no mind, I annoy myself and my peers with the praise I shower with myself. Your mirror is not my mirror. You are lost, and over me you have no power.
Proud? You want to know if I'm proud? You should already know the answer to that, but just in case, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and take as long as you need to realize what you chose to be, and then come back and see what you could have been. Like, look at you and look at me. Have you even looked at yourself lately? When I was your age, I was in peak condition, while you sit there and settle for below average. Average? I didn't raise you to be average. I raised you to put 100% into impressing me. You should want to impress me. You should want to be me. You should do what I want. And what I want is a son to play catch with. But instead, I got a son that spends all of his time online. Time he should have spent being something he's not to make me look good. Time he should have spent trying to appease me. Time for you to wake up and realize that when I dragged you to sports, I was doing you a favor. But I never understood why I had to force you. I like them, so why wouldn't you? Why do you not like what I like? Why are you not like me? Why do you insist on being yourself when yourself isn't good enough? And I'll take an educated guess and say it'll never be enough. Yourself isn't good enough for me. Yourself isn't good enough for anyone around you, and yourself isn't good enough for your mom. Your mom. Maybe that's what went wrong. You were raised by your mom, and that's what made you so weak. Your mom filling your head with nonsense. Nonsense like it's okay to cry. It's okay to not like what the other boys like. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be you. It's okay to be me.
Hi, my name's Nakia Hicks, and I'll be reading this poem called The Broken-Hearted Little Girl. In this life, I once felt hope. I sometimes still believe in this, but each moment a little less. I feel abandoned in my despair. It's difficult to repair. I get broken each day and some more, keeping these emotions in my core. I find myself hiding behind a smile, the one that shows my denial. I have thoughts of loneliness, which no person should possess. I camouflage this so well, it feels like I'm in hell. I hurt on the inside, trying to push these demons aside. I want something better to not feel all this terror. I know it could be manageable. There are things that make life tolerable. I just cannot find the thrill like when I was a child with $1 bill. I remember when dreams were imaginable. Now it feels like undoubtable. I wish to find myself soon. This feels like I am trapped in a cocoon. I would like to hatch, not be so detached. I need to end this coldness before death leaves me soulless. I am broken, but no one picks up the pieces. I'm falling, but no one catches me. I'm in the dark, but no one brings me a light. I thought it was a dream. I thought it wasn't real, but pain really hurts, and it's really how I feel. Memories keep coming back, and so do all the tears. I hear your voice, and as quick as the smile came, it quickly disappeared. I don't know what is happening because you always held my hand.
When I was younger, we were all so carefree. Our biggest problem that we faced was whose turn it was on the swings. 1921, Dick Rowland, Tulsa, Oklahoma. We didn't know about any isms. We were all friends. Well, except for the boys, they had cooties. 1923, Jesse Hunter, Rosewood, Florida. Growing up, learning about hatred, especially hatred of anyone who was not exactly like who we were told to be. 1937, steelworkers strike, Chicago, Illinois. I was, I think, a good student of history, if not a fond student of history. I learned about wars, and I learned about slavery. I even learned about the civil rights movement. 1947, Jonah Smith and 6 others in Gila, Georgia. In my heart of hearts, I thought our great country was heading in the right direction. I thought we were correcting the wrongs of our past. 1968, Cleveland Sellers and 200 other protesters, Orangeboro, Florida. I was mistaken. I spent a great many years in foolish ignorance, believing in the dream of a better country for everyone. 1973, Joseph Henry Adams and 31 others, New Orleans, Louisiana. For 15 years, I wore the uniform and served this country I was so proud of. I knew I was making a better place for everyone. 1979, Textile Workers Union, Greensboro, North Carolina. Now that I know how little I know, I feel shame for these things I didn't know, for what they didn't teach, for actions that came before and continue to this day. I see now that the only people I made things better for were people just like me. 1985, MOVE organization, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Now that I know how little I know, pride and shame war within me, and I wonder, how can I be so proud of this country I love so much while it has and continues to commit such shameful acts? 2012, Sikh Temple, Oak Creek, Wisconsin. Now that I know how little I know, how do I reconcile that pride and shame? 2023 and onward, who will be next? Where will it happen? Now that I know how little I know, how do I find the things that need to be changed when I don't even know what they didn't teach us? Thank you.
All right, so to be a kid again. To be a kid again. But was I ever really a kid? A mother to conflict, matured by the age of 6. A daughter to addicts, ain't life a bitch. Sob stories for days, I could really write a book of it. My father taught me how to be a woman, sorry. My father taught me how a woman should be treated, beat, misused, bruised by his ego because he was abused. My mother taught me how to be a good daughter. Don't be too sensitive or you could be slaughtered by a man's intellect. Learned how to get a man's attention young. Surprised I don't have 2 sons named after my father so trauma could be passed down to a generation of children who bow down to a line of celebrities but don't know how to respect authority is what was said to me. To be a kid again. I'm so small, yet the world is so big, ignorant to excuse, tolerant to abuse. Can't explain how much I want to relive the past traumas because healing is a pain, much like reliving, I'd rather forget. Thank you, baby T, for all you went through, because your misuse is what makes you, you. Thank y'all.
So I wrote this poem the night I graduated high school. I had just got done hanging out with all my friends, and I was very sad. The time we spent together on the day before summer, we made the day last, and it seemed like forever. But no time has passed away from each other. I still hope we see one another and make use of our time, this time so precious to all of our lives. I felt that I've wasted all of that time. But now I'm all right, for I've seen the ones from the day before summer that I thought were all gone.
For context, this is my third or fourth poem written at 1 p.m. today. Life is complicated. I couldn't write a poem today because life got in the way. So I decided to chill because I got ill. I couldn't think through the week because of sleep. Thankfully, I worked ahead, so there was no dread. I deal with electronics and logic, but that's not poetic. It then occurred to me I could write about poetry itself. That couldn't work, could it? Not if I get distracted. It takes time to convert logic into poetry, and I don't have any in my spice cabinet. Maybe, and June beetles make a pun, but that's a little bit overdone. I was thinking I could write about life, so I decided to check in on my incubator for chickens, and it quit kicking, so I got to fixing. It wasn't keeping track of temperature, so I lost my temperature controller, and I got to work replacing it. But where do I place it if it's already there? Anyway, I got it replaced, and I had no space for baby chicks. One had a nick, but the rest were fine. And I don't mean they got fined with tickets to go to the movies. After I finished my incubator, I didn't have a poem about Rome with a dome that rhymes like a lime on a dime. Maybe next time, or basil.
Good afternoon, everyone, ladies, gentlemen, Ryan, and everybody else. I love you. I didn't know which piece to perform, so I'm going to, can you hear me? I got a big mouth. First, I want to thank all my performers. Give it up. Give it up. You all did an awesome job. Ryan, you talked me into trying to move out here so I can be available for our other events. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't know which one I wanted to do this evening. The Mask by Paul Laurence Dunbar or Phenomenal Woman. Which one did you want to hear? Here I go. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion's model size. But when they see me coming, oh, they think Granny telling lies. And she says, it's in the stretch of her arms, the span of her hips, the stride in her step. Hey, the curl in her lips. I'm the woman, phenomenally phenomenal woman. That's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please. Now, to the men, the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me like a hive of honeybees. And I say, it's the fire in my eyes, the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist, ooh, the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenally phenomenal woman. That's Granny. Now you understand just why Granny's head ain't bowed. She didn't have to jump, shout, or talk real loud. When you see me coming, kings and queens, you ought to be proud. And I say, it's the click in my heels, the bend in Granny's hair, the palms of her hands, the need in her care. She's a woman, phenomenally phenomenal woman. That's Granny. Thank you.
I'm calling this Goma Wo, which is Korean for thank you. I'm Clarence Anthony Baker, or at least that's the name my parents gave me. Sometimes I'm simply just Claire. Sometimes I only exist and feel I have no name. But as long as it's with love, I really don't care what you call me, as it's better than feeling empty all the time. I'm Clarence with a K, but I'm not okay. But that's on the inside. What I have on display for the world to see is different. I'm happy, I'm kind, I'm intelligent, I'm well put together, I'm caring, I'm loving, I'm attractive, I'm confident, I'm spontaneous, I'm funny, I'm authentic, I'm honest. I'm a bright ray of sunshine to help illuminate this dark world. I'm perfect. Or at least that's what I've been told by the women who've taken a vacation in my life. As their trip ends not too long after they find out I'm not perfect, but I'm human. I'm Claire with a K, and I'm starting to feel okay. That's on the inside, but it's starting to be on display for the world to see that I'm human. I'm dumb. I'm anxious. I'm insecure. I'm severely depressed. I'm shy. I'm lonely. I'm full of emotions. I'm scared. I'm sensitive. I'm broken, I'm hurt, I'm tired. I'm afraid if I fuck up once, everything I've been working towards for years will come crashing down and I'll have nobody. I'm not perfect. Or at least that's what I tell myself at the end of the day, as I'm not on vacation, but I'm living in the paradise that's my life. I'm still not sure who I am, but I'm okay. I'm okay with being honest and vulnerable. I'm not okay with putting on a facade any longer. I'm okay trying out new things and figuring out who I am. I'm not okay with being told who or what I should be, because who are you? I'm okay with feeling happy or sad. I'm okay with feeling anything, really, because it's better to feel alive than dead inside all the time. I'm okay with everything mentioned earlier being a part of who I am, as I am everything and more. I am complex. I'm human. I'm okay with change because it's the only constant we have in this world. I'm okay consistently being my authentic self because I want to be the change in this world. I'm okay.
I wasn't even nervous until he said all that. No, like instantly. All right. I'm Vincent. This is a piece titled "A Black Guy Walks into a Diner." Trigger warnings are what you give at the beginning of your poems in case anyone finds the subject matter triggering for them and they begin to feel mentally unsafe, and so they can duck out of the room until your poem is done. So, trigger warning for police brutality, racism, violence, quotes from the deceased, and death by police and state. A black guy walks into a diner, a white person yells to call the police. A black guy walks in designer, a white person yells to call the police. A black guy walks in his shoes buffed by the finest shoe shiner, a white person yells, why hasn't anyone called the police? A black girl walks into a supermarket, a white person yells, please call the police. A black girl walks into a place that sells high-end expensive clothing, a white person yells, please call the police. A black girl asks her, why do you assume I've stolen something when you can't name what I've stolen? A white person yells, why hasn't anyone called the police? Am I not yelling loud enough above these eggshell gentrified walls? Am I not crying hard enough for my cotton complexion to be stained bright pink? Am I not demanding or campaigning enough? Is my performance lackluster? Are my tears unbelievable? Dear God, why hasn't anyone called the police? A black anyone walks into a white anywhere or into a multicolored anything, and the phones begin to buzz and ring, and the tears start to ruin all of the merchandise. As a white person cries all over the produce, she says, look, that black anyone has stained your product, has stolen your labor, has stood too close to me. He's forgotten that the fountains are separate, that the black anybody should not be here. A white person says, I'm not racist. I do not see color. I instead see in shade. Like you're too black. I mean, you're too dark. I mean, you can't park here. I mean, you can't be here. I mean, you better get going, boy. I mean, we don't like your kind around these parts. I mean, I'm trying to shop without the interference of your inferior skin. She screams, why hasn't anybody called the police? And they come with muzzles big enough for human chins. They come with tasers that blister and cracker upon my skin. They come with batons and hollow tip bullets. They shoot faster than I can put my hands up to the sky, and damn sure faster than any angel can see them and help me. They're late because they were across town stopping and searching for anything brown, anything too black, anything suspicious, any toy pistols, sleeping women, fearful fathers who seem too vicious. Help me. The black anybody screams. I can't breathe. The black anybody screams. What are you following me for? Mom, I'm going to college. I don't have a gun. Stop shooting. You shot me. You shot me. It's not real. Why are you guys here? You want to kill me? Please don't let me die. Shoot me now. Kill me now. I didn't even do nothing. I don't want to die too young. Officers, why do you have your guns out? A black guy walks into a diner praying that nobody calls the police.